You can't drink because you need to babysit, by user German Warflower. I think every female family member who is the youngest of the adult generation or at least a teen can relate to this. Yesterday we had a kind of big family function for the 80th birthday of my gran. My mother's younger sister there with her kids, preschool/elementary school age. And like every single time I, 20F, was expected to watch the little demons while her mother can have some adult time. Don't get me wrong. I like them, but in small doses. And I can't understand why me since her fucking husband was there. Since the weather was nice it was a barbecue in my gran's garden, or a backyard like Americans would say. It was good. I saw some cousins of my generation. Some of them I haven't seen in years. So since I had Saturday off, I work in healthcare, I shared a beer with my cousins and catched up. Well then my aunt came in and asked why I dared to drink since I have to watch over her kids today since she needs some adult time. I just asked her what's about her husband and she gave me the whole sob story of he worked all week, lol I did that too. Even made overtime in the nursing home I'm working in, and that's his day off, again mine too, and that he is on the grill, he's literally standing next to my uncle who is actually grilling and sips beer. So I looked her dead in the eye and chugged the entire beer that I just opened, 0.5 liter bottle, looked her dead in the eye while my brother, the saint he is, took the empty bottle out of my hand and gave me a new one. I told her sorry but I already drank. She left in a huff and of course she told my mother and my gran and of course my mom was upset with me because she's my aunt and yada yada. The only ones on my side were my brother and my stepdad who nearly pissed himself laughing when he heard what I did. Thanks for listening. Your lil brother doesn't clean his room? It's your fault and the vacation is cancelled, by user Sir Drunk Dwarf 666. Me and my family were supposed to have a vacation in a few days and I was preparing my clothes in my younger brother's room. For context, he is 5 years younger than me and has a room that is twice bigger than mine and that our mother regularly cleans. He is a very messy person and he believes he can get what he wants by crying and screaming. Back to this morning, my mother came inside the room and scolded me because it was messy. I told her that it's not my room and it's not my fault if it's messy. Apparently having a point means being disrespectful, so she screamed at me from 9.47 till 10.28, telling me what a terrible and ungrateful person I am. Since after 15 years of emotional abuse I kinda don't care about what she tells me, she decided that I wasn't worthy enough to have a vacation since I didn't even look sorry. I like staying at home and this vacation was made specifically for her, by her, so joke's on her, she literally punished herself. Cannot wait to go to university so that I don't have to deal with her. Bye everyone. Dad called me Amber Heard, by user sexy_boomer111. Found out from my mom that my bio dad called me Amber Heard in a Facebook post because I won't let him meet my child since he abused me my whole life. He's already turned my siblings against me BC they still live with him and were too young to remember the worst of it and I'm the oldest. They don't remember the beatings, the starvation, not having utilities BC he spent all our money on drugs, etc. Update on entitled cousin who thought his daughter needed to play with my collector dolls, by user listen sweet. On mobile, apologies for formatting. This situation has been rather messy to say the least. First off I wanted to thank you all for your support and advice. It was greatly appreciated. Some of you suggested I tell him to pay for the dolls his daughter damaged, and I did so. I can't post images on this sub so I'll just transcribe it here. Edit. Link to original post. https://www.reddit.com/r/entitled_cousin_thinks_his_daughter_needs_medium equals Android_source equals share. Me, hey, EC, your daughter and you damaged some of my dolls and even my shelf. I'm gonna need you to pay for the damaged items. I sent him links here. Disney Store dolls are not cheap, especially the Prince dolls which are hard to come by, and those were among the ones he damaged. EC, are you kidding? I don't have that kind of money for your little doll collection. This wouldn't have happened in the first place if you just let my daughter play with one of your dolls, among the dozens you have. Me, this wouldn't have happened if you didn't raise your daughter to be so entitled. I get it, divorce is hard for any kid, but giving her everything she wants isn't gonna help. Try therapy. EC, you think you can tell me how to raise my kid? Go ahead and fuck yourself. Don't tell me how to parent, and I'm not paying for your stupid fucking toys. Me, EC, I will take this to small claims court if I have to. Pay what you damaged, it's easier. And sorry to break it to you, but I think if I need to tell you what to do to raise your kid, your daughter has become a problem for the family. I was boiling angry at this point, and EC didn't reply for a while. Then I heard a knock at my door. I checked the peephole and I saw a very pissed off EC. He was pounding on the door and said if I had a problem with his little girl I need to say it to his face. He then began to try to open the door and screamed obscenities at me. I got scared at this point, but luckily my older brother who I lived with pulled into the driveway, and with the threat of calling the police and a baseball bat, EC left. I told ex-mom, my aunt about this and she wanted to set up an intervention. She didn't want her son acting like this and didn't raise him to be so violent and an entitled parent, she told me. Anyway, just yesterday aunt, my older brother, an ex-ex-wife invited him to my aunt's house to settle this. Shortened story of the showdown that went down, aunt started by saying she expected better of him, and his ex-wife said that giving their daughter everything she wants is not healthy. She was going to have some serious issues with men growing up if a lot of women in her life said no and her dad said yes. A screaming match between EC and his ex-wife ensued after he said that, but his aunt managed to calm them down. I told EC all I wanted was for him to pay the damages he's done or I take it to court. After a lot of convincing from my aunt, he did replace all the dolls and the shelf he damaged. I've had enough of ex bullshit at this point, and I got what I needed so my brother and I left. His ex-wife told me that it was all just a big argument from there and that she wanted to try to get custody of their daughter after I told her that he tried to get into my house. She said that he was prone to violent outbursts, but didn't have any evidence when the divorce came. Lucky for her, I have outdoor cameras as I do order expensive dolls and porch pirates are common where we live, and I have footage of EC trying to get into my house. I gave her the footage, and if I needed to testify in court I would. I've decided I don't want a relationship with EC anymore, especially after all this. For now, I'm just setting up my new shelf, smiley face. My entitled mom is mad at me for telling my stepdad about her trying to move out with me, by Usarian Space Ace. My 18M birthday is today and I'm moving out within the next couple days. My mom is losing it because she won't be able to scream at me for nothing anymore. My grandpa is thankfully letting me stay with him until I can get my own place and get on my feet. I was out with my band to celebrate and I got home in the evening at around 6. My mom didn't talk to me and my stepdad only said hi. My stepdad asked me what was next and I told him I was moving out. A little while ago my mom screamed at me because she wanted to move out with me but I'm not letting her. Truth be told, I'm moving out to get away from her. I didn't know if my stepdad knew about my mom wanting to move out so I told him about that and he went silent, then left. Later I was watching Jurassic Park and I heard my mom and stepdad arguing. They've argued before but this was worse. They were full on screaming at each other. Towards the end of the movie my mom came into my room and started to scream at me for telling stepdad about her wanting to move out with me. Then she told my stepdad it doesn't even matter, he's not letting me live with him and my stepdad said it does matter. You didn't tell me and you were going to move out and leave me in the dust. They argued more until my stepdad left the house. My mom came to my room and screamed at me for telling stepdad about her plan. She said I was disturbing the peace. Then she went outside and is now smoking. I don't want her moving in with me because she screams at me for the smallest things. An example is when she screamed at me for being a pig when I burped in the bathroom a couple days ago, and she basically wants to quit her job and live in my basement so I can support her. I actually find it a little funny that she thinks I can afford a place with a basement right now. But anyway, I don't really know how to end this post so I'm going to leave it here.